Good day, everyone. All right, so what I have here today is my version of one of those mountain man type cross draw knives, and I've made quite a few short form videos on this one already, so this is a long form one, just a little bit more detailed. Now, as you can see from the sheath, of course, I put quite a bit of more embellishments on all of the leather, the stampings. I also added quite a bit more of the brass tacks. They did an awful lot of that back then in the day, you know, the frontier times. Indian influence, Native American influence. It certainly isn't needed, but it looks, you know, makes it look good. Anyway, so again, this is a cross draw sheath, so that sits on your belt like that. Okay, and by the way, this one is spoken for, so sorry. If anybody's interested in something like this, please just contact me at the shop here. So, cross draw sheath, and here we go. Alrighty. Now, as you can see, this is one of those integral bolster knives that I make. I've talked about this before. That's actually forged from a single round piece of coil spring. Actually, that's the stock that I use when I make something like this. It's a very high carbon steel, 5160, somewhere in that area, and extremely tough. Beautiful steel, really. It makes for a really nice knife, and quite a bit of effort involved in doing this. Now, some of the ones that I've shown in the past that I make these integral bolsters, there's a full tang that goes through here, okay, and then I put the handle material on from here. That's quite difficult. It has to be done just right now. And again, these types of forgings, as you can see, that's all nice and centered up. But when you go to forge that out, it doesn't always stay that way. So it needs to be adjusted and manipulated. That's where the blacksmithing part comes into the knife making business here. It can be quite difficult in making one of these and getting it accurately forged, especially with the full tang ones, where that tang has to be completely in line with the blade, just like the bolster does. These are what they call a hidden tang, all right, rat tail, hidden tang, something like that. So they're centered. The tang actually is considerably smaller, and it's centered inside, okay, of that bolster right there. It's forged down. It's all one piece, like I said. But I drill a hole in the handle of whatever material I'm using, and of course this one is a stag antler handle. Quite a nice piece too. And the hole's drilled, and then it's fitted in and epoxied and everything. But there's some leeway there when you're forging it, so that you don't have to deal with those irregularities in forging and having that full tang right there. So anyway, the only issue then, of course, is once it's all put together, you know, you've seen my other videos on this one, is that everything has to be ground down and smoothed out. Now this one has several leather spacers on this. I didn't add any of the other. Sometimes I've made little fancier ones, the Puko knives, and some there's black and white G10 spacers, but I wanted this to look like a traditional frontier knife, and of course they didn't have G10 spacing material back then, so I left that out, even if it would have made it look a little fancier. This was meant to be a frontier type of, you know, old mountain man type of thing that you might have found somebody out there, you know, buffalo hunters, that type of look. So anyway, that's that. I also have a brass pin going through the tang there after it's been epoxied and everything. Probably a little overkill. There's no way that epoxy is going to break. Not in any type of normal use, that's for sure. Maybe if you drove over it with a truck, but nevertheless, I like to put a mechanical fastener in all my handles. So, and it looks good too. It it seems appropriate, a brass pin. So anyhow, that's it for this one. Got a lot more coming. Have another antler handle knife. By the time you folks see this video, I'll probably have that one completed, and this one, of course, will be well on its way to the owner. And again, I have many more videos to come, so stay tuned. Really appreciate everybody watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. We're trying to build a channel like everybody does, you know. Anyway, thanks again, everyone, and we'll catch you in the next one.